first, we're joined by Fox News contributor, former Congressman Trey Gowdy. Congressman, let's get your reaction now that we know tonight that the Attorney General has, in fact, assigned this U.S. attorney in Connecticut to review the origins of the Russian inquiry. That and what other questions would you like answered?
Well, this is the fourth person that's been charged with investigating the origins of the Russia probe. So I'm more interested in how quickly they do it and how effectively they do it more than the number. So if this is the right person to do it, more power to them. There's an easy roadmap to follow, Sean. We know the origins of the Russia probe, what Russia did to us. I want to know the origins of when the Bureau began to intermingle the Trump campaign with the Russia probe. You just quoted Lindsey Graham as saying they want to stop Trump. All Lindsey was doing was quoting Peter Strzok. That's what Peter Strzok said in the text. No, we'll stop it. So what are the origins? Then I want to know, how did the FBI assess Christopher Steele? They have their own internal documents. Part of what Lindsey wants to make public are the internal FBI documents where they did their own assessment, and I think you'll be surprised at whether or not they viewed Steele as being credible.
This is all in the Gang of Eight information, I'm told, my sources?
I saw it before I left. I know Johnny Ratcliffe's seen it. I know exactly what Johnny and Lindsey are talking about. They're talking about internal FBI documents where they did their own assessment of whether or not Chris Steele was reliable. They're talking about 302s where an FBI informant said he'd do anything in the world to make sure Donald Trump lost. That wasn't a DNC employee. That was an FBI informant before they got rid of him for breaking FBI
Trey Gowdy,
rules. But what Lindsey...
You're a great prosecutor. Let me ask you a series of quick questions. Are you convinced that FBI agents, as well as the Attorney General at the time, Loretta Lynch, that they rigged Hillary's investigation?
I am convinced that they handled that investigation in a way unlike any investigation I have ever seen handled before. And the fact that you still have to ask that question, Sean, after a, 12-month investigation by the world's premier law enforcement agency, the meeting on the tarmac, the fact that Comey had to threaten special counsel. You mentioned that Comey leaked memos because he wanted special counsel appointed for Trump.
Let me be more specific.
What did he do when he had questions about Loretta Lynch? Did you see him leak anything then?
Nope. 18 U.S.C. is clear, isn't it? If you have top secret classified information on a private server, is that not a violation of the Espionage Act, a clear one?
If you handle it negligently, yes.
Okay, well, we know it was handled negligently. And would it be, for example, would there be intention if you delete 33,000 subpoenaed emails, acid wash your hard drive with bleach pit, bust up your devices and with hammers and pull out SIM cards, sir? You never lost a case. Would that be a good case for obstruction of justice, a clear and convincing case, one beyond any reasonable doubt?
It is fantastic evidence on the issue of intent, which is what Comey said he didn't have. It is consciousness of wrongdoing. It is knowledge, all of that, in addition to the multiple misstatements, demonstrably false statements she made about her handling of it.
Are you convinced that there was a fraud committed against the FISA court withholding that Hillary paid for that dossier and that, in fact, the bulk of evidence was unverifiable and that they never verified whether anything Steele wrote is true? And did they do it to spy on the Trump campaign, sir?
Sean, I can tell you it is even worse than what you described. It is what you described in addition to the withholding of exculpatory information, which is what has Johnny Ratcliffe so exercised. And they made no effort to corroborate the dossier until after it had been used in the application and a renewal. No effort. It's not that they failed. They made no effort to do it.
Last question.
So whoever's investigating this, tell them to look for emails between Brennan and Comey in December of 2016.
Are you convinced that that phony Russian dossier bought by Hillary Clinton, created by Steele, that they lied to at the FISA court? Are you convinced they tried to undo a president, the duly elected president of the United States, and take him down?
I'm just going based on what Peter Strzok said. He thought he'd be the lead agent in charge of investigating this, said he thought Trump would be destabilizing, had an insurance policy, and then promised his lover that we will stop it. So you answer it.
Well said. You never lost a case, did you? Thank you, sir.